WinterIndy is back. We ended in December of 2020, and now we're ready to play again. The Indy cars come to Watkins Glen International. Noah Belleville, Cody Pennell on the front row as we're about to go green. A 6-race series starting here on the southern tip of iRacing's Seneca Lake and ending just on the shores of iRacing's Pacific Ocean. Well, almost there. Let's call it Fontana. And the 6-race series ends there. We go green for now. Noah Belleville with an unbelievable start, and we are racing at the Glen. Belleville out to an early lead. Cody Pennell sits behind him, and Kentucky's Briley Wright in the 3rd position. The Air Force 28 sits ahead of that Scotty Mac Dex number 3, and it's a 1 1/3 second gap back to Colin McDonough. He sits just ahead of Carmen Sienna through the boot. New Jersey's Thomas Andrews has crashed Noah Belleville out to an early lead, and he will lead lap number 1 of the scheduled 25. Cody Pennell sitting in that 2nd position. Briley Wright now drifting off in 3rd. Thomas Andrews in. He had a crash on lap number 1. The Hackensack, New Jersey pilot. Coming out of the boot, spins it, puts it into the wall, and that's going to be a mandatory pit stop for him. Carmen Sienna with a huge crash right out of the S's. I'm sorry, this is out of the bus stop. Carmen Sienna with a massive incident. Kevin Feemster, was he involved as well? And she is going to have a terrible time trying to get out of this one. That car's done for. That car is done for. Has she gone by herself? All by herself. Look, oh my goodness. That's Colin McDonough in the 39. The Williams machine, he's lost his front wing. Pieces still scattering down the racetrack. On board with Sienna. And again, just have a listen. Attacking the rumble strips incredibly hard. And watch what happened to Colin McDonough. Tries to hang on and just gets a bit of a scratch. One more time with McDonough. You can even see just riding on board, the car just changes direction, loses control. So Sienna, the Ohio native, is in the pits. Colin McDonough nurses the car back to the pits. Cody Pennell has taken the lead and gone quickest, 1:28.27. Watch the pass for first as they're in the boot. Using the speed out of the S's. Genius. And Pennell takes the lead. He's going to lead through heel, now coming out to toe. Belleville following close behind. Donald Ray goes green in the Texaco machine. Kevin Feemster also goes green in that Camo 17. Cody Pennell leads out of the boot, and he's got Noah Belleville hot on his heels. Belleville's in the wall as he damaged the 41. We're about to find out. Let's go on board with him. And the Missouri pilot now trailing behind the 18 of Cody Pennell. Out of the bus stop, it's Pennell, Belleville, Wright running first, second, and third. Look at Belleville making his move for the lead, trying to do it the hard way on the outside of the heel. Just not enough to hold on, but he's intending on trying to take that lead. Damage or not, he's giving it everything. Pennell looks like he just gets loose out of the exit of heel. Now they're headed into tow. Oh, no, I'm sorry, they were out of tow. See, I watch races at the boot, at Watkins Glen with the boot configuration. So many few races. I don't even know what section of the boot they're coming out of. There's the map for you as well. So they just came out of heel. They go through tow first, then coming out of heel. Cody Pennell's trying to hold on to this lead coming out of the last corner. And he goes really wide out of the final corner. Belleville is going to get a great run into turn one. He's going to try it the hard way. On the outside into turn number one. Pennell just uses the line, and Belleville's opened the door for Briley Wright. Side by side down the backstretch. Cody Pennell's going to lead into the bus stop, and Briley Wright now takes the silver medal slot. Let's go on board with the Kentucky pilot. Out of Monroe, Georgia, and with the lead, Cody Pennell. He watches Noah Belleville take over Briley Wright, and Noah Belleville continues to go wide out of the boot exit, out of ankle. Can we call that section of the racetrack ankle? You got heel, toe, ankle. So, coming out of ankle, Noah Belleville just continues to go wider and wider off the racetrack. I'm afraid if he keeps on going any harder, he's going to hit the wall hard enough to actually cause problems. Donald Ray's kind of on an island by himself. Over the last 5 laps, there you see he's just been pulling away from Kevin Feemster for 2 out of the last 5. And then that last time, he was quicker than Briley Wright by 0.4 of a second, although the top 3 seem to be pulling away. How about this driver here? Carmen Sienna just went quickest, 1:28.21, 5 seconds quicker than the driver ahead of her, Thomas Andrews. And if the caution comes out, I tell you, it's going to really put her in excellent position to try and win this race. Something that Cody Pennell is trying to do is win this race, but Noah Belleville gives him no rest. 5 laps about to be complete of the scheduled 25. Drivers expected to go 18 laps maximum. Is that Sienna? No, that's not. Who's that on the side of the racetrack? It's Thomas Andrews. The MGD driver has an incident on lap number 5. Let's go on board. Oh, by this time, he's lost the wheel already. This is coming into tow. Way too hot. Way too hot. One more look. Oof. That's unfortunate. And the damaged number 2 MGD hobbles along and comes to back up to speed. We'll see if he tries to make it in. And just that race car is so damaged, it's going to be almost impossible for him to bring that thing back in. But he does. He muscles the race car through. And back at the front, things have changed. Noah Belleville, 7 laps into this one, finally gets around Cody Pennell. Let's see how he did it. And only used the speed is what it looks like. Oh, he just had the line. One more look. Using the speed, using the line out of the S's. Cody Pennell has the more shallow entry into the bus stop, has to hit the brakes first, and now Noah Belleville breaks out to a 6/10 of a second lead. Briley Wright in third. Donald Ray with a mirror full of Kevin Feemster on board with the Texan coming out of the ankle. Seeger says great racing at the front, 4/10, the gap. And this here, the battle for the 4th position. Feemster up the back end of Donald Ray. They're going to come out of turn number 1 into turn 2, looking for the leaders now. Right into the bus stop. Cody Pennell gets around Noah Belleville, just sides around him for the lead. One more look at that. Coming out of the S's, he already has the advantage. And I tell you, that's a great shot of a tree. Cody Pennell just gets the lead from Noah Belleville, and now they're side by side going into the toe. Belleville on the high side. Pennell just edging him out for the lead. He gets loose out of the toe. Noah Belleville to the front. 7 laps about to be complete. Coming to lap 8 of the 25, Briley Wright sneaks into the 2nd position. Belleville has breathing room. He's brought that target 41 to so many wins in Thursday Night Thunder. He's looking for one more to be the single season winner in Thursday Night Thunder, and now he's taken his talents to South Beach, the 41 car. Looking to do the same here as he does in Thursday Night Thunder. Cody Pennell tags the wall out of the final corner. Is he damaged? He's falling behind. Pennell sitting in 3rd, and Donald Ray with a mirror full of Feemster. The battle for the lead has calmed down for the moment, but here comes right in the 3, all over the back end of Noah Belleville. Oh, they almost made contact. Briley Wright got on the brakes so hard to avoid that. Run that back. That was an incredibly brave move by Briley Wright, but it almost cost both race cars a shot. Watch this. Oh, Briley just sends it in. You see, he locks it up, and Belleville starts to run away now. Out of that final corner, Belleville leading by 0.6 of a second, and Cody Pennell just trying to hang on to the race car. Feemster and Ray both quickest again. Half a second the gap between them. Colin McDonough minding his own business. Over the last 5 laps, Carmen Sienna just reeling him in consistently to the tune of at least 0.7 a lap, but the gap is 55 seconds between them. At the front, it's much less. 0.9 the difference. Kevin Feemster back on attack. Let's go on board with the Indiana pilot. Ray goes wide, coming out of the boot. Feemster smells the blood in the water. The Texan locks it up, coming out of the ankle. Here comes Feemster. the Indiana native, just reeling in the Texan. This is amazing racing here. Donald Ray wide out of the corner. Both drivers now on lap 10 of 25. Less than 2/10 between them. Feimster sees the open door, and he decides not to go through it. At the front, Briley Wright now being accosted by Cody Pennell. This is what Noah Belleville wants to see. 2.7 seconds now the gap between first and second. Briley Wright cracking under the pressure. The Georgian pilot, Cody Pennell, putting all of the heat on the back end of that Kentucky driver, and he almost gets loose. Out of the heel, now into the toe. Pennell with the momentum. He sees the open window. He decides to go through it. Will he be able to land on the other side in second? They give each other plenty of room through the ankle, side by side, while Noah Belleville careens away with the lead. Cody Pennell gives it a shake out of the ankle, and it's now 2-8 and 3, running second and third. If you just tuned in, you have not missed a thing. 10 laps now complete, 11 laps on the board, all of them caution-free, but not without major incident for a few pilots. Check out Thomas Andrews on lap number 1, the 2 car, coming out of the ankle, gives it a little too much heat. Bang. Lap number 2, Carmen Sienna, a little too much love. Gives it a shake, and Colin McDonough gives it a rattle, a roll, and a smash into the wall. Thomas Andrews on lap number 5 had an incident. And his race car there. And the latest, driver 2-8, Cody Pennell, into turn number 1. Too fast around, and the 28 in big trouble now. No damage, thankfully, but Pennell now really has to pick up the pieces. Worked so hard to get around Briley Wright. Spins out of turn number 1. Briley Wright gets around him and says, "Thank you very much." Now the hot battle on the racetrack. Kevin Feimster trying to get around Donald Ray, and in the distance, the Georgian, now on colder tires, on tires that have seen more damage with that skid, trying to pull away from Donald Ray, who's now reeling him in, and Kevin Feimster lost his nerve out of the ankle. And Cody Pennell now has to think about saving the podium, let alone winning this race. At the front, Noah Belleville with a 3.8 second gap back to Briley Wright. Cody Pennell with that spin, now 11 seconds off the pace, and Donald Ray closing in. Pennell's found his groove again, and he's almost stopped the bleeding. Ray still within a second, but Pennell now starting to pull away, and poor Kevin Feimster, who was so close to the Texan, now has to work his way back up, while Ray has a tow with Cody Pennell up ahead. Pit stops just a few laps away. Drivers predicted to go between 15 and 18 laps as Donald Ray gives it a big skid out of the toe through the ankle, and now to the penultimate corner. Noah Belleville loving life. Briley Wright just went his personal best, 128.98. Cody Pennell is in, Donald Ray is in. Pit stops have started, and what happened to Jacket? Did he have an incident on board? Almost tags the wall there, and he almost tags the wall there coming into the pits. Drivers must change tires. They must change compounds meaning they must go from red to black or face a time penalty. We'll see if they do that. Yep, there you see, through the miracle of television, both drivers change compounds. They do go from red to black successfully. Noah Belleville leading by 3.6 seconds. Briley Wright chasing him. Kevin Feemster from the Hoosier State has now found himself in the bronze medal position, quickly approaching halfway. Oh, we're past it now. We're 13 laps into this 25-lap race, so we are past halfway. Colin McDonough just went his personal best, 1:29.83 for the beautiful Williams liveried machine. Briley Wright has done the same, 1:28.98 with pit stops looming. And just how far will he stay out? Belleville stays out. Wright does the same. Kevin Feemster. What does he do now in that 17? He's in. Feemster is coming into the pits. Cody Pennell, who's out of the pits and on fresh black tires. Now just cooking. 4 seconds, the gap between Cody Pennell. There's Donald Ray, who sits in 5th. And Pennell just tearing away with those fresh tires. 4.6 seconds the gap. And Pennell clearly way more brave on fresh tires than Donald Ray. But once that 5 car gets up to temperature, look out. The 5 car. Once the 47 car gets up to temperature, look out. Donald Ray rejoins the racetrack. Kevin Feemster now back up to Donald Ray, but Feemster's on cold tires. He cannot risk it and lose control of the race car just because he's got the itch to race Donald Ray. He's got to let those tires come up to temp. The way he's attacking those curbs is way harder than I ever would. Got a special place in my heart for Indy cars. They're just absolutely beautiful, these machines. Noah Belleville in that 41 car, leading by 4.5 seconds. Briley Wright in the 2nd position. 10 laps remain in this one. Sun now starting to set behind some hills. The track is cooling down massively. And on the high parts of the racetrack, the sun's still shining, so it's going to be a little more warm on this part of the racetrack. Belleville with a shake out of the boot. 4.3 seconds the gap to Briley Wright, and 44 seconds in the distance, unbelievably, is Cody Pennell. But Belleville now comes in. 48 seconds the gap between Noah Belleville and Cody Pennell. Briley Wright now comes into the pits. Again, both drivers have to be on the black tires. I think everybody started on the red tire. So, you know, by default, everyone's got to go to the black. There's your tire compound. That says it all. Thomas Andrews still on the red tire. Belleville now goes to the black tire, waiting for Briley Wright to do the same, and he does. Both drivers are down. Both drivers are away. Belleville will attack pit road furiously. Briley Wright 3 seconds behind him. And look at the way that he closed the gap. 2.8 seconds now the gap. Briley Wright coming into pit road far more successfully than Noah Belleville. But here's where it's going to count. Belleville has to be brave on the cold tires. Briley Wright just needs to keep up. 2.2 seconds the gap. Noah Belleville no longer pulling away from Briley Wright. 11 seconds in the distance is Cody Pennell. If these two get together, Pennell will be there to pounce. 6 seconds behind is Donald Ray, but he's got Kevin Feemster quickly approaching the back end of his 47. Colin McDonough, over the last 5 laps, has consistently been pulling into Kevin Feemster 1.2 seconds before Feemster came into the pits. And the gap may be 15 seconds now, but over the next 5 to 6 laps, it could be considerably shortened. 0.6 the gap. Feemster is there, 5th place on the line. Up the hill and down the back straight they go. Kevin Feemster chasing that 47. He's got the draft, but does he make the move? No, he's going to wait. Donald Ray now pulling ahead. Donald Ray has been driving the carousel excellently tonight. We'll see how he does coming out of the boot. Ray has been shaky on the exit of the boot, and Feemster is going to have the advantage going down the front straight. Oh, and you heard the tires skidding on the 17. Feemster had the juice, and Donald Ray is now going to pull away with a bit of an advantage. 5 tenths, 6 tenths. Now the gap, Ray pulling away, and at the front, Briley Wright has just been chipping away at Noah Belleville's lead. They've crashed. They've both crashed coming out of the boot. Kevin Feemster and Donald Ray coming out of the boot have crashed. Didn't I tell you Donald Ray was shaky out of the boot? 2 cars crashing, making contact. And we're still moving at race speed. No caution, 2 cars crashing, still moving at race speed. Kevin Feemster, Donald Ray, both in the pits. Briley Wright just goes purple. 1:27.77 with 1 second between them, and now fewer. Wright continues to dig in. Seven tenths the gap between them, and it's going to be 6 laps to go. Riley gives it a big lockup into turn number 1, and 8 tenths now the gap, and growing. Belleville with the momentum out of the S's, but Briley does have the draft. And now let's take a look at the magical push to pass. You see Briley Wright with 166 seconds of push to pass left. Noah Belleville 143, and there you see the red button indicating when drivers are using that push to pass. 104 now for Cody Pennell. 15 seconds the gap between himself and Briley Wright. And Pennell not consistently catching up to Briley Wright, but still using that push to pass. Noah Belleville just barely leading, and there are the figures in front of you. Belleville nor Wright using their push to pass at the moment. Briley doesn't need to. He's right there. As long as he keeps the pressure on the 41, he's doing his job. Belleville starting to snake. He's nervous. The 41 feels that pressure. Oh, Riley. Oh, my God. I thought they were going to crash. I thought they were going to crash. Riley Wright almost gets into the 41. You hear him decelerate sharply out of that first corner. This is awesome racing. There Noah Belleville starts to use his push to pass. 124 seconds remaining to Riley's 166. Fewer than 5 laps remain. This Thursday Night Thunder, as we always do, but at the Daytona International Speedway. How awesome is that going to be? Definitely not as sophisticated and as grippy as these Indy cars here, but it's going to be amazing. The Gen 4 cars going to round 13 of 16 in the TNT Championship. Noah Belleville with catastrophic results last week at Bristol. Nick Pressey coming away with the win, and the 41 looking to break the single season win record with 9 at Daytona International. Riley Wright will be racing as well. Here he goes for the lead to the inside, and it is 4 laps to go. There's Noah Belleville to the inside, and he's going to take that lead back, but Wright's going to get the job done on the back straight if he plays his cards right. There goes Wright to the inside, now back to the outside, and Noah Belleville's going to have it for him. Riley using a little bit of that push to pass. Noah Belleville with just over 100 left. Riley Wright with 154. Carmen Sienna purple 127.10. She is now quickest of all drivers today. 3/10. 4-1-3 running nose to tail as they have been through the pit stop. Noah Belleville with a blink. Oh man, did they make contact? Riley Wright to the inside. He's trying to open the window. How many more times is Riley going to be kind and let up when Noah Belleville makes the move in front of him? The sun glowing on the backs of these race cars. Oh, it's a short corner. Riley Wright hits the brakes. Now they're drag racing. Riley Wright to the inside. Is this the move for him? Right to the inside. The Kentucky pilot, will he make it stick? He does make it stick. New leader, car number 3. 41 does the undercut out of turn number 1. And new leader again, Noah Belleville in car 41 with the push to pass as well. Now going to 94, 93, 92, sub 90 seconds on push to pass for Noah Belleville. Riley Wright with 142 seconds remaining, and it is 2 laps to go next time by. Unbelievable racing between these two. Belleville with a blink. Riley Wright sitting in second. Cody Pennell 16 seconds behind them. If they crash, he will be there. Riley Wright trying to be there right now, but how many more chances is he going to get? There he is. Belleville's going to make him do it the hard way. Wright cuts to the inside, coming into the heel. This has been some of the most exciting 25 laps I've ever seen. These guys keep blinking, and I think it's my internet. Now it's 2 laps to go as Riley Wright snakes down the front straight. Noah Belleville blinks again. Is his internet even going to last for the rest of this race? Noah Belleville now sailing up the hill with a hard charging right behind him. And they will drag race again. Noah Belleville with the advantage into the bus stop. Briley Wright behind him in car number 3. Belleville with a shake. You just see the way that back end planted itself on the track. Belleville with just more than a minute of push to pass remaining. Briley Wright goes to the inside. Is this what Briley's been saving that push to pass for? But now he can't make it stick. 41 with a wide exit out of the toe, coming into the heel. He's going to make Briley do it the hard way. Briley cuts to the inside again. 41 blinks side by side. Out of the heel, out of the exit of the boot, Noah Belleville retains the lead. Belleville Wright running 1-2, and it's 2 laps to go at Watkins Glen. No, it's the white flag. I'm sorry. It's 24 laps now underway. It's the white flag at Watkins Glen. Just put the NASCAR ticker back on. I'm so not used to counting laps this way. Okay, we are on the final lap. Confirmation there. Noah Belleville and Briley Wright will go at it for another 2 miles. Briley Wright to the inside. Can he make it stick this time? All that push to pass remaining. Will they make contact? They make a little bit of contact. It looks like damage on the 3 car. Belleville's running away with this one, and that's the lead wrapped up for Belleville and the potential win. They make contact through the bus stop, and Belleville has to hang on through the boot. You saw there is damage. You see the front end plate on that 3 car ruined. Just popped up in just the wrong angle. Contact through the bus stop. Briley Wright. 1.2 seconds and counting. The gap between them. Noah Belleville, dominant, defensive. And he's going to come away with this win. Race 1 of 6 will go to DeSoto, Missouri's Noah Belleville through the final 2 corners at Watkins Glen, and what a battle it is. He's going to bring that target car home, and he wins race 1 of WinterIndy. Cody Pennell in that 3rd position, 1.7 seconds the gap between them. And that's Cody Pennell coming home with the bronze medal. Looking at Noah Belleville. With the race lead, Briley right there as well. Now let's take a look here at that white flag. This is going to be the final lap. Let's see if we can speed this up to the contact in the bus stop. All right, let's see if we can bring this back to regular speed. And keep your eyes on this. There's the contact. There you see Briley's front wing just folding up a bit. No, it's just really, genuinely, it is hard to tell. It really is. See if we can get a better look here. Not really. Just contact. I mean, you have to call that a racing incident, if nothing else. With 16 seconds of push to pass remaining, Briley Wright gets the job done. I'm sorry, not Briley Wright. Noah Belleville gets the job done. Briley Wright comes home in 2nd, and Belleville's going to try and do some donuts without ruining the race car. He's going to celebrate. We're going to have Belleville, Wright, and Pennell on the podium in just a moment, fans. Don't go anywhere. on the podium with our top three. Let's start with our bronze medalist after an insane night of racing from Monroe, Georgia. Cody Pennell with a bronze medal tonight. Your car, up until the damage, up until the spin, I should say, your car was on a rail.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun there at the beginning, battling with Noah and Briley. Probably some of the most fun I've had on here in a while, and just good, hard, clean racing too. No contact was ever made, so a lot of fun racing with those guys tonight. Hate that I bend it in turn one and just pretty much rode around by myself for the rest of the race, but overall, it was a pretty good night.
Next week at Barber, hopefully we see you there. Let's bring in Briley Red as well. Briley, between you and Cody, you guys were having crazy battles all race long. Noah started pulling away from you guys, and then you sort of reeled him back in. Your race looked awesome as well. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was awesome. Felt really, really fast at the beginning and was kind of trying to. I was thinking should push it and go to the lead, but then the battling started getting so crazy, so I backed off a little bit, and then the alternates just started to kind of fall apart on me quicker than I could realize it, and got loose and lost a lot of time. But I gained a bunch of it back, and then whenever we went back to primaries, I don't know what it was, but I could just fly with those things on, and got right back to Moldy. And I just cannot believe that I could not make that pass. Every time I'd get around him, I'd lose it. I'd lose the front end and the first corner, and he'd get right back around me. And um, tried it in the bus stop, couldn't make it work, but that was some of the best time, one of the best times that I've ever had on iRacing right there.
Looking at some of the racing between you guys, it was just awesome. And Moldy, as we're watching this footage, just incredible stuff. Watching Briley just get around you, lock it up, cross him over, and just awesome racing. Did you have a good time?
That was a lot of fun. That was really stressful. I uh I really messed up my pits. I overfueled the car and had to sit there and wait for the fuel, but that's all just kind of learning curves that we got to figure out. You know, stock car races and any cars, we're gonna have to learn some stuff. So messed up overfueling the car and probably hurt me with my overall speed. But either way, I mean, Briley was really fast. He was fastest in practice, and yeah, he ran me down there, and my heart was beating. As I was going as hard as I could. I mean, I was using as much push to pass as I could, just doing whatever I could to hold him off. And yeah, like he said, if he didn't overdrive some of those corners in turn one when he got around me, I think he probably would have had it.
I just love watching these race cars just move left and right. You guys look so good out there, just using every inch of the racetrack and then some. We got Barber in a week, but we're also going to see both of you guys, and hopefully Cody Pennell Thursday night at Daytona. You're going to go for the single season TNT record, and it's Gen 4 cars at Daytona. It's going to be a thrill either way. But thank you so much for for coming through and putting on a good show, man. We'll see you all in a week.
Yep.
Not a week. We'll see you guys in 2 nights. So we'll see you at Daytona.
Yeah.
Fans at home, that's going to do it for us tonight. And just what an awesome night of racing. So Noah Belleville, Briley Wright, Cody Pennell are your top 3. Again, Thursday night right here on Rick James TV. We're going to be doing the Gen 4 cars at Daytona International. And then Barber Motorsports. It says Speedway, but it's Park, isn't it? I got to fire the guy that makes these graphics. But Barber Motorsports Park next Tuesday night right here on Rick James TV. Until that next race, everybody stay safe, take care of each other,